Welcome to the Undercurrent. I'm Lauren Windsor. We are here in Chicago at the Climate Reality Leadership Summit, and I'm speaking with Kim Wasserman, who's the Executive Director of Little Village Environmental Justice Organization. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
So, you fought for 15 years to close a coal power plant in your community in Chicago.
Yes.
Can you describe that experience for us?
Sure. Basically it was, it's two coal power plants in Chicago. So our organization worked in Little Village, and we had a sister organization in Pilsen called Perro. And we worked together collaboratively for about 12 of those years, just in an effort to educate community members and let them know that there was a coal power plant in our neighborhood, and just really coming up with interactive and creative ideas to spread awareness about the coal power plant, because our local officials wouldn't do anything about it. And so about 2 years ago, with a new mayoral election, we took the opportunity to make this a hot topic, and we were able to get our new mayor to make a promise to deal with them, and within a year he did, and they shut down last year. And so we're really happy to have retired two of the oldest and dirtiest coal power plants in the nation from Chicago.
When you embarked on this journey, did you ever imagine in your wildest dreams that you'd be successful at shutting down the plant?
We always knew we would be successful in some capacity, but we never thought we'd actually see the day per se. Obviously the motivation was we're going to do it, but to actually get to that finish line and get that phone call that says they've agreed to shut down was, there's no words that can describe the emotion and just the excitement of winning. It's sad, that folks, unfortunately got unemployed, but we won. When people for 12 years told us that we would never win and we were crazy. And so it was just unbelievable.
When you have the conversation with people that are opposed to closing power plants because of the job loss, how do you overcome that?
I think it's really a question of talking about why does job loss have to be an option? I guess that for us was really the big question to the owners. You own 7 other coal power plants in the state. Why are you telling these particular employees that they're going to be out of a job? Why can't you move them to another plant? They also own a wind farm. So the question really became, well, can't you retrain some of these folks to work at the wind farm? Really just engaging. And so I think when we talk to folks about job loss, we really want to understand, why is job loss the only option? Why is that the first thing that people run to? Why can't we talk about retraining, re-education, and new job creation? In our communities, retrofitting of our homes is something that needs to happen. And in our neighborhood, it doesn't happen because people aren't bilingual. So how do we fill those gaps that are genuinely out there that can be good union-paying jobs and can get folks employed?
I do think that the conversation needs to be changed into less of this is going to result in major job losses, and say, but is this a moral stance to take that we should continue the degradation of our environment for the sake of an economic benefit that these jobs may or may not be around in the future anyway?
Exactly. I think it's really looking at what is our dependency, right? And then also looking at the company. In our case, this company wasn't supplying electricity to our city or our state. And so it's not like our lights were about to be cut off if they left our neighborhood. And so I think it's really that question of talking about, well, what is the dependency that they're putting out there? Is it life or death? Are people's homes going to be shut off, or is it just going onto the open grid? And then also talking about usage. In our community, that's one of the main things we talk about. We can't go after a coal power plant and be plugging in 15 phones in our home. Really, let's talk about what is our usage in our community and how do we lower our impact to play along in that conversation, because they coexist together. They are not separated.
In this world we live in, where do I begin? Won't get too far if truth ain't your friend. You can pretend, stick with the norm, keep it status quo and get misinformed. Undercurrent, under the surface, makes the mainstream